All right, welcome to Smokey Approved Korea. I'm your boy Jurnalist, and on this one, we are here for some more Board City Magazine. You know how these intros go when we talk about Bora. Shout out to her. If you're watching my channel and you're not already subbed and liked her video, go do that first. Go watch her video first, because what we do on this side is I just kind of add my little 2 cents. But besides that, Bora does a really good job of explaining everything that she has to say. So hey, we're just gonna let her get her stuff off. I also do need to ask a favor of everybody that does watch my channel and would like to help support me. I've just dropped a brand new music video and a brand new song called Champagne and Coal. The video will be at the end of this video, like you click on it to go to it. I also have like a card above here somewhere that you'll be able to actually like click and go watch the video as well. But wait until you finish this one, like this video, and then go watch that video. And then if you could go watch that video and add a like and a comment and let me know what you think about the video, that would be greatly appreciated, because I'm very proud of this video. I'm very, very proud of this video, and I think it could do very well. So if you'd like to help me on these endeavors, please do. That said, hit the like, subscribe, Patreon, and PayPal in the description, and let's get into this one and see what this week's video is. Respect your seniors, mock your juniors, BTS lesson on respect. That just sounds like hazing, man.
They do. In one of the latest episodes of Run Jin of BTS had 4 famous guests, a singer and 3 comedians. As comedians do, the first thing they do when they enter the room is joke about being there with ulterior motives. They each want to promote something, but this is no problem. A lot of guests do this. What has really started a lot of conversations within the BTS fandom is the reason.
Oi. I'm in my room, mate. What's up?
What flavour of crisps do you want for the morning?
What do you have? What are the options?
Just like the standard ones, really salted, cheese and onion or salt and vinegar.
Let me get cheese, onion, and a salt and vinegar.
Cool. Yeah. Have you got a spare iPhone charger as well?
Yeah, lightning? Hold on. Yeah. He's got, I don't have a wall wart though.
Sorry.
The little USB thing?
Video was on 450 if you watched it there.
Nah, mate, you're late. You don't get the up-to-date joints I'm at. I'm about to hit 7. It's at the back end of 5, about to hit 6. So I think we're gonna hit a K before the end of the day. Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. Yeah, sorry about that.
why one of these comedians accepted the invitation.
진이하고 약간 사연이 좀 있는 게 셰프님 집에서 우리가 맛있는 거 먹으면서 얘기하다가 나한테 섭섭함을 한번 토론한 적이 있어.
제가요? 제가요?
기대가 있어야 섭섭한 거 아니에요?
그러니까 나도 BTS가 나한테 섭섭한 거.
너무 부럽다.
나 너무 궁금해, 뭐지?
예전에 뭐 어떤 방송에서
네.
나한테 인사를 했는데 내가 인사를 잘 안 받아서.
전혀 기억은 안 나는데 너무 하신 거 아니에요? 너무한 거지, 너무한 거.
야, 너
그래서
너무
내가-
내가 섭섭하다.
너무
그래서
섭섭하다.
다리에 힘 풀린 주저 앉았잖아. 내가 너에게 그건 아니지. 그건 아니지. 근데 중요한 건 그것도 풀 겸. 바로 달려.
좋습니다.
This seems like it's not that big of a deal. This comedian is jokingly apologizing about a past awkward situation, and Jin is joking about it as well. This incident is so insignificant to Jin that he cannot even remember what happened, and he had no problem inviting this comedian to his show. So why is this moment being debated by fans? The answer is a little more complicated than it seems. So please let me finish the
Please, because I'm just like, I don't even know why this even, why is this track? Why is this on the radar?
full idea. As BTS started growing in popularity, it only became more and more evident how truly extreme, normalized, and damaging power dynamics can be in the South Korean entertainment industry. Most K-pop fans are aware of the importance of respecting your seniors or sonbenims that exists not just in K-pop but in South Korea. It's a cultural thing. It's in their language. It's in all their but in South Korea, it's a cultural thing. It's in their
Nuna. Uni. Okay. Opa. Nuna. Sunbet. Hobet.
language. It's in all their interactions. Most K-pop fans also know the power that the big 3 K-pop labels have. So we know that the ones with power because of age, popularity, or seniority deserve respect. Junior groups should bow down to their seniors, and not lazily or there can be a scandal. Now, none of this is being praised or criticized by fans. What is actually being talked about now is how this dynamic is perceived by the juniors, especially the juniors with no company seniors or any kind of power. Because BTS started with no popularity, seniority, money, or power, they were expected to accept humiliation by their seniors, to not complain about it, and to show respect either way. Of course, BTS were not the only group to receive this kind of treatment, but they are the only ones who were able to completely flip the dynamic and expose it fully. BTS became the biggest group not just in K-pop but in the world. So now
I remember the first time she said that in one of the first reactions I ever did their stuff, and I was just like, what the fuck did she just say? Huh? In the world? Nah. I remember my brain was like, it's not true. It's not true. I've changed my thinking. It's factual. It's facts. She's spitting pure facts. It's just nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. Just accept it. I know it's gonna be a hard concept, but it's so true.
became the biggest group not just in K-pop but in the world. So now, the seniors who humiliated them publicly or privately a decade ago seem forced to apologize. This creates a complicated and sometimes emotional layer to this very simple clip.
And that is why I say that I don't give a fuck how old you are. You don't have the right nor cachet to disrespect anybody or think that you should just get the respect. It is to be actively always given and always try and receive it. That is how it should be. But you don't just get it because you're old. You just happen to not fucking kill yourself and you've lived for a certain amount of time. That's crazy. It's really crazy because that's where you get these dynamics. I think I'm clued in on where I think we're going. That's why I'm saying my piece before she gets into her next bit is these people have been dickheads. But now that I'm up, you got to now deal with me as the guy that's up and you're underneath me now. But now, because it's been normalized for you to act like a dickhead, this dynamic's just supposed to be something funny we laugh about. But honestly, I should abuse the power dynamic that I now have the power to do so and slap the shit out of you. But if I did that, then now I'm the bad guy. But when you were slapping the shit out of me when I was the little nigga, not turning into nothing, that was perfectly fine. It's what I was supposed to be accepting. But now that the shoe's on the other foot, oh, you don't like that shit now. Now you don't like what I choose to do when I have the power. So if we don't want that dynamic to happen, how about you don't treat anybody like they're lesser just because they've not had the opportunities or career advancements that you've had. It's quite simple. It's quite simple. It's like it's an easy fix.
Like I've mentioned, K-pop fans know about the ways in which seniors should be treated because seniors call juniors out when they don't do it. But how did the seniors treat the juniors back? In the case of BTS, the response they got when they first started was literally nothing. As artists with no power or fame, they were not approached by anyone around them. In their book Beyond the Story, BTS explains that they were approached.
Who are these folks in the red though? Ashley says nobody's approached them, which is factual. There are two of the members of this table that have decided to, one's trying to stand up, but he's so close that it's kind of be awkward if he tries to stand all the way up. So he's kind of just being nice to try and let them pass. But the other gentleman on the left with the red jacket, he's attempting to do the little bow thing back to be like, hey, like shout out to you, man. Who are these folks? Because they're trying to give the respect
By anyone around them. In their book Beyond the Story, BTS explains that they were given no attention at the award shows. They were dwarfed by countless established artists who were already beloved by the public. And because BTS was the only group from Big Hit Entertainment to attend, they did not have older colleagues from the company to introduce them to other artists. No one spoke to them, and they could not approach anyone. All they could do was attend the award shows.
Why am I not allowed to approach anybody? Because that would also be an issue for me. Like the show I did last night was with a pretty big, like kind of like a like Afro electronic kind of music. Like it was very percussive. But like after their show, like I'm not famous, but like I'm famous enough in the venue that like after my set, them niggas know who I am. So like, not the people I want to go talk to that were on stage, but like the venue operator, security and that. So when I stroll my black ass over to fucking the green room to shake hands and get Instagrams and like to do the networking bit of everything, ain't nobody trying to take me in there. Go fucking in there because I want to. I can. Like, how am I not allowed to do this in like the K-pop industry? Because that'd be a big problem. I'm walking down on anybody if I have the opportunity. Kobe Bryant taught me that first day. Like, shoot your shot, even if you miss. Cool, but you don't know if you'll miss it or if you make it if you don't take it. So I'm taking every opportunity. So this whole we can't walk up to nobody thing, fuck you talking about?
Step onto the stage to give brief comments and thanks and return straight to the dormitory. The first two BTS albums had low sales that kept increasing little by little. These albums also got good audience reception.
They're platinum at this point now, right?
But of course, none of these matters to the industry or to other K-pop groups who were light years above them. BTS explained that this indifference by the industry didn't stop them. Let's remember that this treatment was mostly behind the scenes. We didn't know this was going on. So BTS simply stayed silent and continued fighting. What truly shocked them was their first public humiliation. RM and Suga started their musical careers as underground rappers, and in some ways, they left this world to join BTS in the K-pop idol industry. This was not the easiest route to success though, because BTS's journey in the K-pop industry was so difficult. They lacked the resources and opportunities others had in the industry, and in many ways, they could have suffered less in the industry as independent artists or producers. But this risky decision and struggle didn't matter to their former friends from the rap scene. To them, BTS were just like the privileged idols from the big three, and they had to be called out. Ironically, BTS was not invited to many TV shows, so one of their first interviews was at a hip-hop podcast. This was the moment when RM and Suga were publicly insulted. They were accused of being sellouts, wearing makeup, performing as girls, and so much more.
방탄소년단이 무대에 올라갔을 때 분장을 한다. 또 메이크업을 하는 거에 대한.
See, you know what? Another thing we could do. Every time I see this video, I just think of another way to slap the shit out of this nigga. And we're gonna take a page out of Cardi B's book. Remember when she launched that microphone at that person? I don't even know who she was throwing it at, but she had good aim. That motherfucker hit it. He should have just slid the little mic cable out. Because he's across the table. Like, hit that motherfucker. Do something. Now, granted, everybody's gonna get in the comments and tell me he excelled with his career. He showed so much poise and all that. I'm good with all of that. I'm happy for him. But the inner me and stop playing with people. And until these moments happen where people really learn, you shouldn't just be playing with nobody. I would like these things to happen more often, because I would like for him to, in my imaginary tinfoil hat brain, we have this clip and I'm seeing RM launch a mic at a person and still turn into the same RM. That's an even better story to me. Now, is it beautiful and poetic that he's excelled and done all these other things without having to do that? Sure. But slap this man, dickhead. Also, last thing, underground niggas be some of the biggest haters. They be some of the biggest haters. Like, oh, you're not doing it out the mud. You're not romanticizing how hard it is for the things that we're trying to do. I got 500 listeners, and I'm trying to tell you how to fucking do some shit. Like, man, shut up. Stop being a hater. Be happy that somebody's on the path to try and go do some shit. Like, that's what you should be doing.
어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이 있을 것 같은데.
분장 그런 게 아니라 여자.
와.
하고 싶은 게 뭐예요?
네?
하고 싶은 게 뭐예요?
유쾌한 머리를 오가면서 그러면서 곡을 써서 파는데 불구하고
그러면 지금은 약간 임시로 돈을 벌어서
아니요 그런 뜻은 아니죠. 그걸 바꾸고 싶었어요.
그걸 받고 싶었다. 뭘로?
제가
당시요?
미용도 없고 아무것도 없고 뭔가 그냥 같이 같은 길을 갈 수 있었던 사람들인데 뭔가 그걸 유혹을 못 이기고 같이 뭔가
Haters. This shit right here. The same path as us, but couldn't win over the temptation. To what? Be able to make money from my art is a temptation? Like, it's such a juvenile, romanticized version of being a starving artist in hip hop that I fucking hate. I fucking hate these type of rappers. These type of rappers are some of the worst rappers as well, because they have the hubris of, I say really dope shit on records. I'm really cool. I'm talking about shit that matters. Have no flair, no flow, no content, and they're just haters.
All of this, of course, was excused and celebrated because this is how hip-hop is. And teenagers Suga
No. That's not how hip hop is. That is definitely not how hip hop is. That is how this niche underground version of hip hop that thinks it's hip hop because of I don't know what reason, but that's not what hip hop. That's not how hip hop is at all.
And RM were ready to respond with songs directed at everyone who insulted them, including this rapper 10 years older than them. RM said, "Taking an insult like that to our faces and from someone in the same industry. That was when I learned how to respond when you're walking down the street and you get slapped in the face out of nowhere." Another irony is that a TV show finally reached out to RM and BTS, and it was to talk about this incident, which they accepted, by the way. Now, what intrigues me is once again, who are always the targets? There are many rappers in K-pop, and there are many underground rappers who become K-pop idols, but the ones who were called out were the easy targets, the unknown juniors, the nobodies. There is an underground rapper who in 2014 made a popular song dissing many K-pop rappers, although he became a big 3 K-pop idol himself just the next year. But that's besides the point.
That's almost like Google a song called "How to Rob" by 50 Cent. How to like ROB, like take money from somebody. Google that. That's kind of a song that helped 50 Cent get really popular. Dissing everybody in the industry if you're a really good rapper is a smart play. Actually, it's a really smart play. It makes enemies, but like it's a smart play if you're talented enough to be able to deal with the enemies. Fuck it, diss them niggas. Who cares?
The interesting thing about this is that the K-pop rappers he dissed were always from small labels, never the big 3, his real competition. So of course, he had to diss RM and BTS. After BTS grew in popularity, the rapper was asked why he dissed them, but he just gave the microphone to his CEO who answered for him, saying that rappers diss each other. In 2024,
Nah. Rappers don't just diss each other. There's always a reason why a nigga's getting dissed. There's always a reason. Niggas just ain't jumping out the window. That's not how this works. And if you did that, I've lost, I don't even know who this person is, but I've lost a large amount of respect for you. If you feel like you could write a verse and say a man's name on a record and you can't answer questions about it, you's a bitch. He's a whole bitch.
10 years after he dissed RM and BTS, the rapper admitted he was too scared of going after a big group.
그때 그런 게 있었거든요. 왜 엑소는 안 건드리? 그때 솔직한 답변으로 엑소를 건드리면 죽을 것 같으니까.
And this is something I don't see a lot of people talking about. It's
how my boy just laughed like, I'd be like, so what you telling me is you a bitch ass nigga who did some bitch ass shit and couldn't stand on business. That's what you telling me. So then you shouldn't have done none of it. That's what should have happened. But like, shut up, blood.
It's true that diss tracks are part of hip-hop, and RM and Suga know that very well, but consistently going after small rappers completely unprovoked while purposefully avoiding confronting rappers from your same level of fame, I would say it's at the very least lame. But this pattern is common because it works. Some attribute the downfall and disbandment of certain small groups to these unprovoked confrontations by bigger artists. Just keep this in mind. The big 3 didn't debut any groups in 2013, so out of all these 2013 small groups, only BTS survived. And in a way, surviving gave them even more trouble, because as the unwelcome guests, everything and everyone was against them. People wouldn't call them by their names. They referred to them as those bulletproof best guys. So of course, the only opportunities networks gave the unwelcome guests came with false pretenses.
And what performance is that? That nigga fucking it up though. This has to be what they debuted 2011 or something like that. This what, like 2013, 2012? Because it looks like we're going into like some crump activities.
BTS was invited to
stop. Hello. Yeah, don't get me out my chair.
Perform a collaborative stage with a K-pop group 2 years their senior at the 2014 Mamas. However, this was marketed as a confrontation, not as the friendly collaborative stage they thought it would be. This trick came at the worst time for BTS. This was a somewhat small, stressful situation on top of a season full of false hope and disappointment. After the school trilogy, BTS prepared a project that put the future of their team on the line, their first studio album Dark and Wild and its single Danger. They went to the US to shoot their first show, American Hustle Life, while recording their album simultaneously in a garage. American Hustle Life, while recording.
Yeah, I'm in the trenches right now. I got them same monitors that they have, the little speakers on the table. I got them same joints, them same joints right now.
Their album simultaneously in a garage. They wrote, recorded, and selected songs more diligently than ever. They planned their hardest choreography and then changed it again and again to perfection. They shoot their show until 8 p.m., then they practiced their performances all night and went to the accommodations at sunrise, covered in sweat. They slept for some hours and then they started shooting again. They were so sleepy, they used to sneak into the bathroom to take naps. However,
that sounds like when you got a job you hate, but you gotta do it. Take a bare bathroom breaks, just sleep in the bathroom.
big project didn't receive any nominations. Suga said, "We suffered so much for it, so why?" About this era, their book says, the grueling practice sessions leading up to the Mama performance were not solely because of the friendly competition. BTS was truly desperate. J-Hope says, all those performances for Danger were really exhausting. When we had that comeback with Danger, releasing the Dark and Wild album, we'd done about 20 music show pre-recordings and then went to a different program where they announced first place. We were told we had to be there, so we went up there live completely out of it. Then it turned out we weren't even candidates for first place, which I think was a big shock. J-Hope's shock was not purely due to their performance on the rankings. V tentatively goes into further detail about the situation. It's fine if other teams are named as candidates for first place. We just need to work harder. But at the broadcasting stations, we'd always be the first to say hello and greet everyone, the seniors and the juniors alike. But some people just ignored us or passed right by, or mocked us for not being candidates for top place. After the broadcast, we all got into the event together. Someone was crying, someone was getting really mad, and someone just couldn't speak. That unspeakable disappointment and that tear-jerking emotion was too much. So their first podcast appearance served as some kind of trap. The multiple invitations to the winners' ceremonies also felt like traps, and their first collaborative stage was also a trap. Seniors made fun of them in front of the camera and behind the stage. Now it's the turn of the variety shows. BTS was finally getting some real recognition in 2015. The fandom was truly growing, so Jungkook had his first solo variety show appearance. Jungkook enthusiastically bought food and drinks for everyone as a gift. However, the cast rejected the food and made fun of Jungkook for buying it. They accused him of giving them leftovers. The cast gave the food back to Jungkook and walked away.
I'm actually upset. Why you treat my little nigga like this? He's so pure heart. Leave little boy alone. Come bring you some shit. You say thank you. This is the hierarchical structures of Korean society sometimes. This is why shit like that, you get slapped in the fucking mouth. You need to get slapped in the mouth. You think this is okay. Like, I don't care. You need slapped in the mouth. You need slapped in the mouth. Like, I can't. What the fuck are you doing? Nigga spent it. You know this little nigga broke. You better take this little $3 sandwich he tried to give you. I don't give a fuck what it is. Feels like leftovers. Shut your bitch ass up.
Jungkook seemed shyer than normal the rest of the episode. These are some comments about what happened. You're missing the point that it's variety. It is part of variety to be rude. It's Korean humor. Jungkook is not the first or the last to be quote-unquote disrespected on TV. It's variety. Let me repeat. It's variety. Acting rude is honestly one of the mildest things that could happen on Variety. I honestly wonder how would you guys have survived if this was second generation, where comments on Variety were straight up biting lots of times, and games were physical and taxing. And once again, I need to bring back the topic of this video. In this scenario, Jungkook is the junior. He is showing respect. He is bringing a gift. But the expectation from him is not just to show respect. it's also to accept humiliation, which he did the rest of the episode, showing no complaints. He even urged fans to stop voting for him, as to not offend the rest of the cast. Not long after this incident, BTS was invited to perform at the Busan One Asia Festival 2016. BTS were included in the promotions, ARMYs bought tickets, and tuned into the online broadcast. However, at the last minute, the event posted a comment in the online broadcast which said, "Due to circumstances of the artist, BTS will not be appearing in today's broadcast." This was a lie. BTS had their makeup, outfits, and microphones ready. Their fans were there in the audience, but the show ended and BTS was completely cut. After the performers left the stage, BTS refused to leave, and they performed their full set in a stage with leftover confetti while no cameras were rolling. This type of fighting attitude as a response to bullying and mistreatment must have really pissed off the industry. Remember, the Big Three didn't create any groups in 2013, so no 2013 group should survive. But BTS was not just surviving, they started to become a real threat to their seniors. And this context is important to understand the future hostility BTS will receive in the industry. BTS started outselling the biggest of the biggest groups in K-pop. So the easiest thing was to accuse BTS of everything. Big Three fans accused BTS of the illegal practice of sajigi, which basically means that they were buying their own albums. This was at a time when BTS
Is it Sagigi or Sajiji? Which one is it? Sagigi, Sajiji?
label didn't have the means to do something like this, especially to the point of outselling the Big Three. Big Three fans accused BTS of mocking the music of Big Three groups when they were just singing along to it. Big Three fans accused BTS of copying multiple Big Three groups, from outfits to common phrases. When BTS received their first music show win, when they held their own concerts or had any special moments, Big Three fans joined forces in movements of hate so big that BTS has addressed these campaigns multiple times. Just because BTS started outselling everyone, Big Three fans called award shows customer service and made petitions to the Blue House to investigate BTS and award shows. BTS was brought to court and they of course won their case. They organically outsold the Big Three. But many of their fans still believe that for some reason their groups were being sabotaged. You can easily find these fans today. After all these petitions, BTS still won major categories at Mama 2017. And at the award show, a Big Three group cried. If you search for any of these videos, Big Three fans are still convinced in the comments that their favorite group was crying because they were robbed. Some accused BTS of cheating, while others accused the award show of being biased and favoring BTS, ignoring that BTS simply had the biggest year any K-pop group had globally up until that point. Now you may think, who cares about baseless accusations by fans? This is just a fandom thing that went too far. If senior groups would not even acknowledge BTS backstage, do you really think they wouldn't join this hate train as well? The odds really are against them, but that's behind the scenes, so we don't know with certainty.
So that's another thing I don't like. What we get the power for if we're not gonna use it? I'm gonna call you out for being a bitch ass nigga. Cause you deserve to be called out for being a bitch ass nigga. Cause you shouldn't have been acting like that. Like, I wasn't an asshole to you when I first met you, but you wanna be a bitch ass nigga when I come try and do something with you. And now I got the power. I'm not supposed to tell on you? I don't like this shit. It's almost like a Stockholm syndrome or some shit. What are we doing? Tell on these people. Tell. Who did it? That motherfucker right there. Who was it? His name is Jordan. Jordan did it. What did Jordan do? He was a bitch ass nigga and he was rude. Why did he do it? I don't know. Because he's doing bitch ass shit. I don't understand bitch ass activity. I don't.
What we know is that after the hate campaign started, as always, BTS continued fighting. They performed at the Gaon Music Chart Awards in February of 2017. During their performance, the organizers at the event showed a very generic no-signal background, but apparently a Big Three artist used it first, specifically a YG artist. A YG stage producer then posted a picture of the background on her Instagram account with the caption, or hard work, and a puzzled emoji, insinuating that BTS's stage is YG's hard work. BTS copied them. The family of two of the members of the YG group liked the post, which motivated Big 3 fans to accuse BTS even harder. Now, it was not just fan wars. The family and producers of Big 3 groups were then involved, and no statement from Big Hit or the award show themselves clarifying that BTS was not in charge of the background could stop it.
방탄소년단.
BTS started 2017 with this terrible situation, but as I've mentioned, their attitude of never letting others stop them finally started paying off. In 2017, BTS became the first Korean group to receive a nomination at the Billboard Music Awards. They attended and won, so that year they had their American TV debut at the American Music Awards. Now the roles start to shift. The ones with popularity, money, power, and sometimes even seniority are BTS. Big 3 groups were then losing major awards for the first time ever. And despite their losses, they somehow managed to be the big ending performance at award shows, leaving audiences confused as to why the actual biggest group was not getting the biggest stage. But most times, Big 3 groups would simply boycott the shows. If they are not given awards, they are not attending and they are not performing, sometimes making their company's juniors protest with them. Now, while at the top, BTS continues choosing to do something I don't know I could do. They choose to forgive. After that, underground rapper turned K-pop idol dissed RM, BTS, and other small rappers. RM met him backstage and they high-five. Although they are not friends, they really do seem fine with each other.
디스하고 하셨고
네.
RM님도 바비님의 의도를 알기 때문에 맞받아서 맞디스 해주고 하면서
네.
재밌는 그림이 나왔는데
그렇죠.
In 2021, BTS was invited to the variety show hosted by the comedian who rejected Jungkook's food and made him feel uncomfortable. Jungkook reached out to him privately before the show, and during the actual show, they laughed and hugged.
더 멋있어진 것 같아요, 진짜.
나빠 표현은 늙었다.
아니, 저는 그렇게 표현한 적이 없습니다. 오늘 진짜.
키자기 전에도 제가 문자 드렸어요.
Although his brother added fuel
I'm too petty. This is why I love Kendrick Lamar. What's that one shit he said? Oh, fucking something about Ye and Drake fucking patching it up, and he's just like, yo, the niggas is better than me. Like, I couldn't do it. I can't remember exactly what the line is, but that's exactly how I feel. Like, I'm not out messing with nobody. So, like, once you cross my line, it's very hard for us to, like, patch it up because I didn't do anything, and I have no right or need to, like, give you forgiveness for what? No, I just move on. Just move on. You shouldn't have fucked up. You should not have fucked up. And it's not on me to find a better place in myself so you can then be my friend again. The fuck? You should have tried to be my dog before this.
to the fire by liking that plagiarism post. BTS seems to be okay with this singer. Jimin even collaborated with him. TV networks that
Yo, that's shade. Fuck me with this singer. Yeah, that's that nigga Taemin. What we talking about? I think that's that nigga name. This singer is a crazy sentence to say for
although his brother added fuel to the fire by liking that plagiarism post, BTS seems to be
Taeyoung, that's the Taeyoung. That's the boy.
okay with this singer. Jimin even collaborated with him. TV networks that mistreated BTS are now apologizing. That underground rapper who insulted them in their first podcast appearance asks for forgiveness every couple of years to get some attention because he always retracts his apology. And on top of everything, celebrities we thought never had problems with BTS, his apology.
Yeah, congrats. When I see your oppas, I'm a bit slapped them so hard for all of y'all. Thank you. Yeah, no, that's facts. Slap that nigga. Bitch ass nigga. Your comment towards BC is funny as fuck, to be honest. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It's low tier. Like, if it was funny, I promise you, I'd be like, look, it was wrong, but it was funny still, but it was wrong. That shit wasn't funny. It's so problematic, all the things he was saying, on top of not being funny. That's what makes it even more like enraging. That it's just like, somebody should slap shit out this nigga. Whoever this is. What is this? With the bitch slapped him so hard for all y'all? Thank you. Yeah, we gonna do that. No, that's be free. Nah, we gonna slap you. You need to be slapped up, my boy. You can't slap nobody. You part of the problem.
And on top of everything, celebrities we thought never had problems with BTS are now jokingly telling the members in their own show that they also disrespected them back in the day. Every year, there's a reconciliation with no real public apology. Having mistreated BTS in the past and being good with them now is almost an achievement. It's something to be jealous of. But what about the feelings of that small group crying in their car after being humiliated on TV and behind the scenes time and time again? What about the hundreds of groups being bullied to disbandment because of unprovoked confrontations started by way bigger performers? It's amazing and incredibly mature that the BTS members are continually choosing to forgive and move on, even purposefully hiding the identities of the idols who mocked them in their debut years. But what comes as extremely difficult to process as fans is the overall feeling that comes with this new performative respect given to BTS. And I'm saying performative because many times this respect comes with respect given to BTS. And I'm saying performative because many times this respect comes with this backhanded compliment of I show you respect because you have power, not because I actually respect you as an artist or person. When celebrities talk about BTS, how many times have we heard, how can you say that? Armies are going to kill you. I didn't mean it this way. Please don't.
That army's gonna kill you thing with like the homies asking like, yo, I do a video, da da da. I'm just like, mate, like, you say some slick shit, they gonna come for you. Cause they know I'm calm. They know I'm calm. I'm not gonna be the problem. But you say some slick shit, these people gonna fucking cut you. They do not play about these people. So you could come over here, you could not enjoy what you hear, but you can't take the piss. If you take the piss, then you're being disrespectful. And if you wanna get disrespectful, the army will show you disrespect. They will show you disrespect. But if you want to say you don't like something in a respectful way, it's perfectly fine. But if you want to come over here and think you're just gonna take the piss, hey, fuck around and find out. Karma's army, bitch. It's gonna get long. You're not gonna like it.
Don't come after me.
괜찮겠어요?
좀 모자이크 처리 좀
둘, 셋!
너 잠깐만 뭐야? 나 BTS를 진짜 좋아하는데. 나 잠깐만. 선배님이 경고했잖아. BTS 선배님 얼굴은 다 외워.
This attitude is not new. Remember that the big three rapper didn't diss his actual competition, not because he respected them, but because he was afraid of their power. So when celebrities start showing that they are okay with BTS despite past controversies, they keep highlighting the idea of respect because of power and not because of actual respect. It feels not genuine, and sometimes it's proven to be not genuine. Sometimes apologizing to BTS gives someone attention. It creates jealousy. So how can we even begin to distinguish which one is genuine? And also, should we even think about it?
For the last part, should we even think about it? No, because you're gonna just spend too much brain power on having to micromanage every interaction you have with the person. So you just, in BTS's case, you got to just charge that shit to the game. So charge it to the game so you don't have to think about that in the third place. Which part of it is real, which part of it isn't. That's how you know what niggas was fucking with you before the money showed up and what niggas fucking with you after the money shows up. That's how you know who the real ones are and who the fake ones are. Can you develop real ones post the money showing up? Definitely, but you got to watch the motherfuckers a little bit more closely. However, what the hell did the extra point I wanted to say? Oh yeah. However, the thing that they have to do, this performative respect shit that is happening on both sides, is the lifeblood of an industry. Because BTS will be BTS until BTS stops being BTS, but they will then have been BTS for that entire time. Somebody else is gonna come up. And if you're always in good favor with people and you actually extend your hand out, you won't, not that they're gonna fall off, because that's not what I'm saying. More so, people just age out and they're gonna be older and they're gonna have legacy fans and they're gonna still make really dope shit. But somebody else is gonna come up and be that new upstart. Somebody else is gonna be somebody that they're gonna need to work with. And when you're open and working with people, this transition period to your legacy era of your career is a lot easier to do. Give you an example. You guys probably don't know who they are, but it's No Limit Records is the record label. The CEO is Master P. Why No Limit fell the fuck apart is because they kept everything in-house due to all of these things that BTS is having to deal with. People disrespecting them, nobody wanting to give them money, nobody giving them the time of day. So once they got the power reins, they utilize the power how I want to see people utilize the power. Call people out, slapping people, doing everything else. However, the thing that they fucked themselves with is they utilized the power to just be like authoritarian and didn't extend their hands out to work and collaborate with other artists. So when their fucking shit was going down and they're looking for friends and help, well, you just beat us all up because we wasn't giving you help before you got to the top. Now you're falling off the top. And you didn't want to be nice to nobody when you was at the top. Well, shit, you can fall back down. Now where's No Limit Records? Who fucking knows? It's fucking dead. It's defunct. So this is why I'm saying, like, there's a nuance to what has to happen in these situations, and it's fucking frustrating.
I've noticed that the BTS fandom is very welcoming to anyone who associates with BTS. It doesn't matter if they are famous singers, song producers, backup dancers, or interviewers. This is an overall good attitude, but we need to remember that at the end of the day, this is an industry. The mainstream entertainment industry doesn't always have the exact same type of dynamics between juniors and seniors that K-pop has, but the idea of respect because of power and not because of actual respect exists as well. And just because someone working with BTS treats them nicely or compliments them non-stop doesn't mean that they are friends or that they truly like BTS's work. I'm not the one saying this. BTS is.
Yo, DJ Khaled's working on a new album. If he could get a BTS feature on that album, fuck. Everybody go crazy.
RM said, we run into several kinds of artists overseas. There's a kind who are like, oh, you guys are famous these days. Good job, I guess. Go for it. And seem to look down on us a little. And those who are all business and go, I really want to do a song with you. And then there's a third category of people who are oddly positioned between those two. As an exception to these three categories, RM mentions Chris Martin of Coldplay. And by the way, this is the only friendship BTS had a section for in their book. Knowing BTS's story, it's normal for fans to highlight the good interactions. It's nice to see that after everything they went through, BTS are finally receiving respect and common decency. But the respectful interactions we see on camera are not always what they look like. And I believe we shouldn't be pressured to thank, celebrate, and follow the other celebrity for being respectful. Unless I'm an actual fan of their work, I'm not following anyone who says hello to BTS. But that's just me.
Nah, that's facts. That's facts. Because a lot of these people, especially in the industry, are going to play nice. They're going to do the performative respect thing, especially because we know how deadly a headline is in America. But also, if you're just clued in a little bit into the industry and you know that a hello from BTS on camera in a positive light could garner me an extra 500,000 new fans, hey, I'm fucking shucking and jiving is what those people will do. That's exactly what they will do. But the people that are actually like, yo, I really fuck with Cuzzy, those are the people that are hard to spot. I would like to hear more detail on what made Chris Martin the exception to these rules though. Because was it because he was a senior and was also able to offer advice and was not looking to make a song initially? Like, just some niggas I know, they say they like my thing, I like their thing, but like, we're just gonna have a conversation. And then that conversation turned into me giving them advice. And then that turned into, well, I'll do Astronaut with Jin. And then that turned into all the other stuff that it turns into.
At the end of the day, the BTS members are the ones deciding to move on. They are finally in the position to brush off the bad interactions, accept the superficial ones, and forgive the old ones. And one of the reasons they want to move on is because they want to stop juniors and small artists from going through what they went through. BTS never pretends their juniors don't exist. BTS greets everyone around them. BTS doesn't reject their juniors' gifts. They are the the ones giving them. BTS gives their juniors encouraging words. Some idols are even surprised that BTS would be kind, which makes me wonder how other seniors interact with their juniors.
근데 정말 놀랐던 게 너무 저희한테 친절하게 해주셔서 제가 너무 감동받았었어요.
저희 무대도 칭찬해 주시고.
악수도 하고 그리고.
But what we know for sure is that BTS is purposefully using their seniority and fame to change the experience of junior idols.
아니 선배님이랑 진짜 사실 이렇게 대화할 기회가 없으니까
그냥 말 걸면 되는데.
이게 말을 못 걸겠어요. 저도 선배님들한테 다가가기가 좀 어렵다고 해야 되나? 저 사실 너무 긴장하고 왔거든요.
왜요? 그 누구보다도 후배들이 오면 상담을 많이 해주는 편이에요.
사실 형한테 너무 감사한 게 그렇게 챙겨주시는 형이 형밖에 없어요. 형한테도 물어봤었어요. 형 왜 그렇게 저희를 챙겨주세요? 약간 형이 우리 아니면 너한테 이런 얘기 누가 해줘?
우리는 선배가 없었잖아. 선배가 없었고.
That's
너무 힘들고. 근데 우리는 물어볼 때도 없었고. 내가 안 챙겨주면 누가 챙겨주지라는 생각이 좀 많았었거든.
사실 이런 선배님
I literally sent a message to one of the homies, because I'm not going to dox him in the video, but I literally sent a message to the homie today about a text interaction we had in a group chat to let him know how that text message is definitely going to be perceived by the other person, even though his intentions were only to be kind. Give you an example I gave him. If I don't intend to crash the car, but I've crashed the car, my intentions no longer matter. So it doesn't matter that you intend to be nice if your intentions still result or yield a bad result. So when I was explaining this to him, I was just like, mate, like, you were doing the thing that you were supposed to be doing. You should have just stopped speaking at that point. You oversold what you were doing and said something else that now will be very distasteful to the person that you just said the first statement to. And that's not good. And then I'm telling him this because these are things that I had to learn from my own misactions. And now I'm in a position to share the things that I know. And I try and do that with any of the people that I work with, because nobody ever wanted to hold my hand or help me out or do any of the shit with me that I try and do with any of my homies. Like the music I put out with Sean, I do that because I know skill level, we're not on the same skill level. However, nobody was willing to put their neck on the line and be like, I'm so good, I'll put my name on this music with you. So then I had to learn how to get good all by myself, versus the amount of growth I've seen in my friend in less than a year of him making music is astronomical. It's gonna be beautiful to see what he turns into in the next 5 years. But how did he get there? Because I was willing to hold his hand and walk down the path with him. And I never had that. And the fact that I'm able to do that now, I think is a position that I really hold dear, but it really does upset me that people don't want to do this, because we only make things worse if we're not the ones doing this shit. So it's dope to see this interactions and shit.
많이 없다고 생각해요. 찐으로 너무 감사하고 형한테 대인배라고 느껴지는 모먼트가 있잖아요. 취강이 얘기했던 대로 나는 그럴 사람이 없었다. 근데 본인은 해주잖아요. 나도 저런 선배가 돼야겠다.
나한테 돌려줄 필요는 없고 후배들한테 이렇게 넘어가면
그냥 공식적으로 하고 싶은 얘기가, 그냥 저희는 형들이랑 선배를 뒀잖아요. 당연히 선배님들이 본인들이 입으로 얘기하지 않으시겠지만 진짜 이런 사람들이 없다니까요, 세상에. 그냥.
Here's some of the translation of one of the many BTS songs about the dynamic between juniors and seniors and how they want to change it. It could be a strenuous journey. The path I walked may have looked like it's made of flowers, but know that it was a thorny one, with enemies surrounding on all sides. I hope you never forget those who throw flowers onto your path for you. When you're smiling, don't ever forget about those who are crying, because it's your smile that helps them live through the day. When the repetitive schedules erase you, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to take a brief rest. Cry out loud when you become to hate the world. When the hands that used to greet you turn into fingers pointed at you. You surviving on snoozes to get closer to your dream. It's okay to rest. Today at least, don't even dream. When you silently show me a faint smile, only then I feel a little relieved. This place is a war zone without gunshots. Your peers are your enemies. The brutal yet beautiful good.
That's a bar. That's exactly what this shit feel like. I promise you. A war zone without gunshots, your peers are your enemies, that's a fucking bar.
And evil, determined by numbers. When I fail to kill someone else, I become the one to die. Why do I have...
I promise you, when I'm going to like make music with people, that's the exact sentiment that I be feeling. Is if I fail to not kill the person that I'm working against or with in this moment, I'm probably gonna be the one that takes the the death or like the most damage out of this interaction. Like I'm working on the feature right now with this one boy from, I think he's from like Leicester or something. I want to do the feature because I think his skill level is above mine. So the only way I believe I've ever gotten better is working with people that I think are so above my talent level that I want to do this. But I guarantee you, I get this feature to work, I'm the one dying. I can't fight my way out of this one. I can't fight my way out of it. But do I want that interaction still? Yes. But damn, that's very poetic.
Numbers. When I fail to kill someone else, I become the one to die. Why do I have to kill someone when this scene is not a boxing ring? I hope you never laugh at someone else's misfortune because you never know if you'll find yourself in the same situation. Behind you, growing a dream while watching me. I'll always be standing, so don't worry too much. If you're afraid of falling, I'll gladly catch you. So don't suffer like I did.
Dream. That's beautiful, actually. That's really beautiful. That's very beautiful. I like this a lot. This was a really good one. This is probably one of my favorite videos from Bora, I would have to say, especially like the latter half of it, because there's a lot of stuff that like when I'm watching the BTS reactions, I'm just like, oh, that aligns with like how I think, or like that aligns with what I would like to have happen in the world. Like it just all kind of falls in place how I think of certain things. So I've just really noticed along this journey how much, before knowing what BTS stood for and who they are, how much we were, I guess I would feel we were like-minded. And then going through the content, listening to the video essays, learning their personalities through whatever auxiliary content I could watch, I begin to see like pieces of myself in each individual, or things that I really rate or respect from each individual, or things that I would like to encompass in my own life that I've learned from each individual or from them as a group, or like the mantras that they have as a group. Like there's so much that has influenced me from my integration of listening to their music, like with an open mind and an open ear, that I really think people could benefit from. But again, we got dickheads in the world, so it's not that easy. However, I'm glad I'm able to have grown and become better from interacting with their music. And that's where I leave this one. That's the end of this video. Thank you guys for joining me. Please do hit that like, subscribe. Patreon and PayPal is in the description. About right here is gonna be a video that is my brand new music video. If you could please go check it out. Leave a comment for me. It'd be so helpful. And a like on that video as well. Likes and comments. We need likes and comments. We're trying to trigger the algorithm. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.